What's this? Quality in an ExandShadow Let's Play? Hey guys, it's ExandShadow and welcome back to Pokemon Sapphire. And it's been way too goddamn long since I've done this, but I'm sorry, real life just takes over sometimes. Anyway, yes, as you can see that I've gotten rid of the status bars at the top and bottom of the screen. I've finally learned how to record shit. There will still be lag, but that's something that can't be helped. But anyway, we're back in the sandstorm, as you can tell by the musical piece. There are two things you want to get here. There's the Sandstorm TM, which is useful enough, and then there are these fossils. These two, if you've played the first game, you should know about the fossils. They revive old Pokemon. The first fossil, the root fossil, will give you a Lilip. Now, Lilip is a rock bug type. They're both rock bug types. It's a very good tank. I didn't pick it up, but I'm not using either of these Pokemon anyway, but it's still a decent Pokemon. And, oh, jump cut to Rustboro City. So now we're in Rustboro City, and we're going to be going into this building. I went here before, and I believe I talked to this guy. But this guy, when you talk to him, he'll revive your Pokemon, which is good. It's not this guy. I was just trying to see which guy it was. I don't really remember. I haven't played this game that many times. So you talk to this guy, and he takes your fossil. I have the Claw fossil with me, which lets me get Anorth. Anorth is a pretty good Pokemon. It's a very good attacking Pokemon. So you've got a choice. You can either have a tank or an attacker. Both are perfectly usable Pokemon that you put on your team. I just choose not to. To get your Pokemon, all you have to do is leave the room and come back. You have to have 5 Pokemon in your party or less in order to get him. But I forgot about that. Don't worry, you don't really need to see it, but it's a good Pokemon. Both are. And now we've got a jump cut back to Petalburg City, and this is where our next gym battle will be. Now the gimmick to this gym is that, well, you'll see in a second. As you can see, Gavizuli is going to be our main contender for this gym, because, you know, it's a fighting type. But as you can see, this is the accuracy room. The gimmick to this gym is that all of the trainers are going to use items to help their performance. So if you see like attack room, they're going to use a few X attacks and so and so. They only have 3 different Pokemon, a Delcatty, a Linoon, and a Zangoose, I think. It is. But yeah, but the items they use are different. So if you've got a Mahukita, well actually a Hariyama like me, just use Vital Throw while they're using their item, and then you should be fine, because Vital Throw always goes last, but if they're not attacking anyway, it shouldn't really matter. A good hint for this gym in particular is just to take everything down as fast as you can. They're going to be spending a few turns upping their stats, so you've got a few turns to wail on them as fast as you can in order to try to knock them out. So now we've got our next guy, and he restores HP, but of course, if you are able to knock him out before that, it doesn't really matter. Now, a cool thing about this gym is that you can weave in and out of the rooms. There are multiple paths you can take. I'm only showing one, because if I showed them all, that would take an entire part in and of itself. But the first level always has Delcatties, the second level always has Linoons, and these are the most annoying motherfuckers, because they always use Headbutt, and they always flinch you, which is really irritating. But, yeah, and then the last room uses Zangoose, I think. I can't remember how to pronounce it now. Gavizuli is about to learn Knockoff. Knockoff is sort of like a nerfed version of Thief, where you don't get their item, but they can't use it for the rest of the battle. I'd say it's relatively useful for a competitive battling scene, but not really that. Just stick to Thief. So now we've got the one-hit KO room. Now, don't worry, they're not going to be using moves like Fisher or Horn Drill or anything like that. But, however, what they will be doing is using Swords Dance and all these other moves to up their attack so far that you won't be able to do. I'm sorry. So that you won't be able to withstand more than one hit. Yes, Zangoose, that's it. Zangoose is actually a pretty kick-ass looking Pokemon. Unfortunately, if you are a Sapphire player like me, you cannot get Zangoose because it's Ruby exclusive. No, yeah, for differences between the games, I will say that Ruby got the better version exclusive Pokemon. Like, Zangoose and Mawile are definitely better than Sableye and Seviper. But I will say that Sapphire version definitely has the better exclusive Legendary, which we'll get to eventually. So now, here we are, the gym leader. the final countdown, except not really. Though we are more than halfway through the game. Actually, with the abundance of dungeons near towards the end, I'd say we're just about at the halfway point of the game. So yes, Norman, your dad. And of course, here we go. It's a battle. Yes. Okay, Daddy, let's see what you've got. Now, a good thing you need to think about for this is that this guy only has 3 Pokemon, and 2 of them are similar. This is Slacking. Slacking has one of the highest stats in the game, the highest attack stat in the game, but the thing is that it has to slack off after each turn. So, this is where having a Pokemon with Vital Throw is very useful, because you can attack them on the off turn. Now, Vigoroth is actually slightly more annoying in that it's still pretty strong, and it can attack you almost every turn. So I recommend not doing what I did now and not switching out. Just try to take it out as fast as possible. That's the problem I had with my multiple attempts at this boss, because I kept on trying to be too careful, and that led to me dying a lot like that. I would say that this is one of the more harder gyms in the game, especially. But the good thing is that you'll have plenty of time to level grind. I'm actually kind of under-leveled for this. You should be around his level with all your Pokemon. But I would recommend using special attacks here, but the thing is that these guys have pretty decent special defense, and most special attackers have horrid physical defense. So I'd say use that with caution. And of course, these guys love to use the move Facade. Facade? Yeah, Facade. That's how it's pronounced. The way Facade works is that its attack power increases after they're given a status effect like burn or paralyze or poison. So I would not recommend burning, paralyzing, or poisoning them, especially paralyzing, because they're relatively slow anyway, and the loss in speed and the occasional misuse of the move is not worth the up in power for that Facade. It is just devastating. So do what I'm doing right now, especially if you've got a fighting type. Just wail on it with super effective moves. Watch out for that Focus Punch. If you don't attack it on the turn that it's tending its focus, it will use a devastating attack on you. But just keep your wits. With a little luck and some trial and error, you will beat this boss. It's not that bad. So, for beating our daddy, we get the Balance Badge. It's better than some old photographs in the family album. Daddy, what you leave behind for me? But anyway, yeah, so now we can use the HM Surf out of battle. And we also get the Facade TM. So, if we get the ability to use Surf out of battle, then, yeah. That means we're obviously gonna get the Surf TM soon, which is awesome. And, oh yeah, he tells you that Wally's parents have something they wanted to give us. Fun. So now we've got to go through the tedious process of walking all the way out of the gym. I'm just showing you that I did indeed beat every single trainer in the gym, mostly for experience points, because even though I don't show every single battle in gyms, I do recommend fighting them because it's worth very, very useful XP.